A journalist recently ran into Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville and asked him, Senator, what do we do about situations where ICE picks up U.S. citizens, mistakes them for illegals, detains them instead of illegals? If you've been paying attention, you know that the left has been grousing about this for a while. Well, Tuberville had the perfect response. It was literally 4 words. He said, don't hang around illegals. Here in the South, we've got an expression, you might have heard this before. It says, if you lie down with dogs, you're going to get up with fleas. And Tuberville's right. If you're hanging out with people who are breaking the law, the chances that you will be arrested, even wrongfully, for breaking the law are infinitely higher. You know, Psalm 1 says, blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, or stands in the way of sinners, or sits in the seat of the scornful. What he's saying there is you are blessed if you're not hanging out with people who are breaking the law, who are doing the wrong thing. And that's what Tuberville's saying. So I got curious about this, though. The left's been talking about it a lot, making a lot of noise about it. Just how big a problem is this? Annually, you've got somewhere between about 130, 150 people who get detained by ICE who are U.S. citizens. That's before Trump got in office. Now, I started doing some research, and I tried to figure out how many confirmed instances have we had where ICE has grabbed U.S. citizens. You know what I found? The biggest number I could confirm was 16. Now, that's an incredibly small number given the number of illegals ICE has apprehended under Donald Trump. And if you're keeping score at home, that number is about 120,000 at this point. So it's 120,000 apprehensions and 16 mistakes. I was trying to figure out a way to visualize that. Here's the best way to think about it. Imagine that you're taking a trip from LA to New York. That's 2,800 miles. If that was illegals who have been arrested, 9 blocks of that are the U.S. citizens who've gotten apprehended. And then, of course, they're let go if they weren't breaking the law. So this is a correctable problem. Senator Tuberville's right. Just don't hang out with people who are breaking the law. But I've got something for liberals on this, too. You fret about this, you're upset about it, you say, oh, what about these innocent people who are being inconvenienced? Listen, liberals, this is what happens when you let things get this far out of hand. If we had completely optimized systems, we would still have mistakes because we're fallen. We don't do things right. There's still going to be mistakes. But folks, we are so far away from that. Things have gotten so bad. Liberals, the left, and conservatives have allowed it to happen. Certainly Republicans have allowed it to happen. Things have gotten so bad, the system is so messed up, that cleaning it up now is going to be a huge mess. And as we clean it up, we're going to make mistakes, just like we would if the system were perfect. So my point here is that the worse you let things get, the more painful it is to fix them, and the more innocent casualties there are going to be. That's sad, but it's preferable to letting the system just collapse, which is what the system was close to doing under Joe Biden. So Trump is fixing this. But yeah, in the meantime, there are going to be things that we don't want to happen that happen, like American citizens getting detained, like employers losing employees who are illegals, like families having to be uprooted. That's super sad. It wouldn't be happening, though, if we hadn't allowed the system to get out of control and get to this point. The same thing's going on with spending. I was talking to a friend a few days ago, a liberal friend of mine, who's a great guy. And he was saying, did Trump just have to take a machete to all of it? I mean, there were some good programs that were cut. Well, I'm sure he's right. I'm sure 2 of the 20 million programs that we've cut were probably good. But here's the problem. No politician before Trump, and we don't have any assurance any politician after Trump, will actually make the cuts. They've all been saying they would make the cuts, but nobody would. So we've essentially got until 2028 to make these cuts. That means we don't have time to do it surgically. It's got to be with a machete. And that means things gonna get messed up. There'll be casualties. There'll be a good program every now and then that gets cut, and it's a shame. But the alternative is just letting it continue to happen and the system collapsing eventually. The entire point of this is that the more out of control you let things get, the harder it is to get them back under control and the more painful it is. That's why every now and then, apparently 16 times out of 120,000 American citizens get detained by ICE, not just illegals. That's what happens. The left and feckless Republicans have landed us in this situation. The only way out of it is through it. We are going to get through it, And once we get things cleaned up, it is going to be incredible how well America runs, how law-abiding the country is again, how much safer it is, and how much more it will be like the America we know and love. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to America being made